It was a beautiful drive from Gauteng, South Africa to Gaborone, Botswana. We arrived safely in Gabs and met up with an old friend, Tom Sereetsi, from Botswana's hit group, Sereetsi and the Natives. We soon met up for a composing session at Village Sound Studios, followed by a brainstorming session at our amazing host Stan's place. Soon enough, we were tracking at the studio, where our own crew joined forces with Tom, Gaone, and drummer/engineer Leroy to track the beat and the first draft of our lyrics. The crew then traveled 10 hours to Maun, with Tom and Gaone in a jam-packed Liam Nissan and Chris and Brian on an all-day bus ride. On arrival, we linked up with Matthew Lee Merritt, a US-based support volunteer, who came out to lend his time in the field for a few weeks before heading home to continue remotely supporting the movement. To learn more about remote volunteering with conservation music, please send an email to the address below. The next day, with a brand new bush-ready solar studio in tow, we headed off into the Okavango Delta wilderness for 4 days of video shooting, cultural exchange, and much-needed communion with nature. On day one, we witnessed a large herd of elephants, frumpy hippos, plenty of hornbills and other birds, and a beautiful sunset. The next morning, we took part in our daily game walk and found ourselves much closer than expected to an elephant, after which we had a beautiful moment with a herd of zebras and were greeted back at camp by a friendly owl. Next morning, we poled to a new camp, enjoying encounters with hippos and lilies along the way. This camp was much more remote than the others, and full of signs of wild visitors, including elephants, hippos, and Cape buffalo. After setting up camp, the crew split up to record some new Delta-inspired vocals with Gaone while filming Tom's Mokoro location shoots. That night, we filmed more vocals by the extra-large fire built to keep away large animals as we slept. On our third morning in the Delta, we took another walk and found ourselves standing amongst a mixed herd of giraffes, zebras, and ostriches. We returned to strike camp and commute to our third and final campsite, enjoying hippo encounters and midday reflections on the placid Delta water on the way. We set up our final campsite amongst an incredible clearing with beautiful trees. We then tracked Tom's ad-libs over Gaone's chorus, as the rest of the team filmed Gaone on the water. Closed with another beautiful sunset and meaningful time around the fire before bed. We woke up early to do some sunrise shooting with Tom and Gaone. Then we packed the Mokoro and started our bittersweet trek back to Mountain. Within just a few days out of the bush, we connected with our good friend Helena and the legendary Stiga Sola Molifi to compose and record the song's finishing touches. Helena's flute and fiddle parts, and an epic closing 4-string guitar verse from Stiga. Stiga has been performing in and around Botswana for decades, and it's always an honor and a pleasure to spend time with him. Just before our time in Botswana came to a close, we were given a chance to perform at our favorite spot in Maun, the Old Bridge Backpackers, to rustle up a bit of gas money before hitting the road for Zambia. We had an amazing time jamming with Helena, our new producer friend Mika Rosian, and several members of the audience. An unforgettable night beneath the fig tree on the Tamalakani River. We truly miss our friends in Maun and can't wait to come back. Mixing, mastering, and editing are now complete, and we've settled in Livingstone, Zambia for our next leg of Expedition K2K. If you or someone you know might be interested in joining Expedition K2K as a sponsor, please get in touch. Contributions have also been made by viewers like you, such as the following people who contributed to John Fleming's birthday Facebook fundraiser. To learn more about raising funds for conservation music through Facebook, please send a Facebook message to @conservationmusic. Thank you.